Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, August 16th. We're looking at the charts first this morning because I think it's kind of important to go over where we've gotten to, where we were looking to get to, and where we could possibly go. So let's go through this. So we spoke about 2-3 weeks ago. We said we had an inside month. We needed to come out of July to the upside on an inside month. That was achieved. It took a while. Then was June's high. That was not that big a deal. We said that should be easy. The third thing was to get May's high. Well, ES got it yesterday. SPY missed it by just a little bit. But regardless of that, the more important thing is now, this will determine, I believe, where the market is headed over the next couple of months. Remember, when we said this 2-3 weeks ago, we said by the time the Fed meets in September, we should be testing May's high and going from there. Well, here we are, only August 16th, and we're there already. So a lot can happen now, right, as we basically got to where we thought we could go. So here's the scenarios I'm looking at. First, in the bull camp, is to continue what they're doing, which would mean getting acceptance above May's high. If we do that, two things will occur. Number one, you'd be not worrying about coming into a 4-month balance if we fail up here. Number two, we'd be getting above the 200-day moving average. And number three, it would clearly put these 3 monthly highs in their sights, which is the 450, 460 level, right? Remember, we came out of balance in May after we went balance, bear, balance, and we went back bear again in May. So that's why May is so important to me. So acceptance above, you'll see 450, 460 level. Now let's go to the weekly. The weekly and the monthly is not stretched out by any means. The weekly is getting stretched out, no doubt. We came out of this balance with a vengeance. Again, now we have these trend lines here. It's around the 435 level. Again, can we get it would be healthy to get more of a consolidation here on the weekly and daily coming up pretty soon. If you get that and you go bull balance, now we see if the bulls have it in them to go back, bull balance back to bull. Or do we go bull balance bear? Right now we're strongly bull. So I don't mind going balance before trying to get that acceptance above May's high. But we are starting to get stretched. Now on the daily. Starting to get stretched on the daily also. Now, it doesn't matter if you use this low with the trend line, because you could basically use the yearly low. It's not much of a difference. But we've come either $58 from here or another 10 or so, $67 from the yearly low to where we are now, riding this trend line. Acceptance above this 200-day moving average, which is at 431.71 right now, would put acceptance above May. And again, it's not just trading above it, but acceptance and staying there. Well, if you do that, then again, the market has a chance to get to the 450, 460 level. If we fail up here, then there's a couple levels to look at. First and foremost, if we get below this trend line, is this huge gap. That gap will not be easy to fill the first time. If we don't fill it, well, then that could become a nice balance area for us between that high from August 9th and where we were yesterday, and come into a nice balance at some point. If we fill that gap, then things become maybe a little more worrisome for the bulls for a couple of reasons. Number one, that would mean you failed above May's high, and maybe that's all they wanted to do. And number two, not only did you fill the gap, you're firmly back into this balance, and now you're going to probably go test around the 406, 407 level. And at that point, it would put you below the 20. So there's a lot at stake here over these next bunch of days because, again, I don't mind coming into balance. The sooner the better. But at some point, we want acceptance above May's high. Otherwise, we're going to get a progression down, which will test this balance, this gap, which would be the first big step. If that fills, second step would be this level, which is around the 406, 407 level. And then if you get acceptance below that, well, then you'd be below the 20. And now we're talking around the 395, 400 level. So I think that's the migration we're looking at. To the upside, acceptance gets us to 450, 460. If we fail, First thing would be around the 415 level inside the gap. Next would be 406, 407 level. And then possibly the 395, 400 level. Which ones are going to occur? We don't know, but we will start getting more market-generated information to give us a better idea which one will occur. Now, sorry this has been a little long, but I think it was kind of important. Let's go to what's going on today. So remember, we had a double distribution day on top of the quadruple distribution day the day before. And right now, we have a very wide POC. Now, again, I'm in 3-tick increments here. But we have a very wide POC all in the upper distribution. We did test the single prints in the overnight. So we'll see where we're going to trade today. Are we going to trade in the upper distribution and get a new high? Or will we fail up here, take back the trend day, and see if we get acceptance into the lower distribution? Right now, pre-market high in SPY is 429.02. Pre-market low is 427.71. So what can you do here? Well, any push down, you can certainly take a long both against F's low, where the single prints start, and see if they front run the overnight. If they fill the single prints, then you have to see. Any acceptance inside of A's range, I would be out of that trade. It's not a huge set of single prints, so you could take that heat. But any acceptance into lower distribution, I'm out. Because then you could have the danger of putting the daily back to balance if they take out yesterday's low. But that's a call play. As far as a put play, we did probe yesterday. So the first time up there, either against the overnight high or you want to wait until L's high, you could take a short and out above yesterday's high. The only thing is, if you wait to L's high, that would mean you already got the overnight high, and that puts a nice little check mark in the bulls column on our checklist. All early plays. Thanks for likes and subscribing to this channel. Good luck trading today, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.